Hello everybody, this is Y3, which is the third YouTube video in the sessions, and also as well I'd like to suggest on this one that if you need to make a cup of tea or do anything first, then I'd do it now because this is one of the longer ones. Today what I'm going to talk about is marketing and psychology from a real business point of view, so we understand the principles. So here we go. So this is about understanding the marketing principles and practices. And by the end of this YouTube session Y3, you will be able to describe the key elements of a successful brand, appreciate the concept of target audience, and recognize the importance of positioning a brand correctly. So, what makes a successful brand? Now, according to the Design Council, they describe 4 cornerstones of any good brand. Number 1, the big idea. What lies at the heart of the company? Number 2, values. What do you believe in? Number 3, vision. Where are you going? And number 4, personality. How you want to come across. So very quickly, those cornerstones could equally apply to coaches. So they could be: what is your offer? What makes you different? What's your personality? And what do consumers want or need? Now, author and motivational speaker Simon Sinek is very clear about what makes one brand more successful than another. So what I'm going to post onto Padlet is a short video of Simon, and in it Simon's golden circle model focuses on why a particular organisation does what it does and why presenting this clearly to customers can lead to greater success. So task 1 for Y3 is, what do you do? So in many social and business situations, people ask us, what do you do? Take a few minutes to think about how you currently answer that question and write your thoughts down. For example, we might say, I'm a coach. I'd like you to write that answer down however you would answer that question. And then what I'd like you to do would be to watch Simon's video on Padlet and then answer the question again. And I will ask everybody the question again in our Z3 meeting session after you've watched Simon's video. And it'll be interesting to find out if anybody's answers have changed. So coming back to big business marketing. So the big idea described by the Design Council is closely linked in their other cornerstone of values, vision and personality. In this next part, we'll start to look at those in more detail. So values, vision and personality. In the corporate context, company values describe what our organisation stands for. Typically, they are kept to a maximum of 4 or 5 and usually communicated through actions and words. To help us understand what those are and to cut down for all of us a lot of work, a research by a communications consultancy looked at the stated core values of the FTSE top 100 companies, and here's the top 10. Integrity, respect, innovation, safety, transparency, excellence, teamwork, honesty, trust and responsibility. They've drawn attention to the fact that so many of the more commonly expressed values relate to behavioural traits rather than strategic or operational characteristics, easy for you to say. They also suggest that most people will consider these to be universally desirable behaviours rather than distinctive and informative glimpses into corporate culture. When considering our own personal values, bear in mind the comments made here. For example, you might want to ensure a mix of behavioural and operational characteristics within your brand. Employers will certainly value integrity and respect, but they also want to know about the more operationally useful skills such as problem solving and strategic thinking. The point about universally desirable behaviours is also very relevant for your personal brand and is the same as everybody else's. So how will you distinguish yourself from the crowd? So most companies will list their values somewhere on the website. For example, Microsoft values in 2018 were innovation, diversity and inclusion, corporate responsibility, environment and trustworthy computing. Or Coca-Cola's in the same year, leadership, collaboration, integrity, accountability, passion, diversity, quality. When a company's brand values are clearly communicated, they attract people who share those values and who will become core customers. They may even become brand advocates, sharing the brand with others and encouraging them to find out more about it. You can see how this transfers to a personal branding context, attracting the attention of like-minded colleagues, peers, etc. This will ensure that your reputation spreads in the right way. Vision. Brand vision is the concept whereby a business strategically plans where and how its brand will be positioned at some point in the future, e.g. 5 or 10 years from now. A famous example of vision comes from Bill Gates at Microsoft. Microsoft was founded with a vision of a computer on every desk in every home. We never wane from that vision, Mr. Gates said in 2018. In the 40 years since he shared that vision, Microsoft have made significant progress towards achieving it. In the context of your coaching personal brand, having a vision about where you want to go in your career, for example, 5 years' time, will help you define your brand and communicate it more effectively. For example, you might want to be working for a new employer, and so you'll need to communicate your brand to a wider audience than if you were looking for an internal promotion, which also would be a fantastic value. Typically, a vision should always be just out of reach. Something for the organisation or yourself to strive for. In your case, regularly re-evaluating your career progress and ambitions is a good habit to get into. They say, update your CV every 3 months. And it will allow you to change your vision as your career develops. Personality. Brand personality is all about human characteristics can be attributed to the brand. The Design Council explains personality traits could be effective and businesslike, friendly and chatty, or perhaps humorous and irreverent. This aspect of the brand aligns strongly with the concept of personal branding. You won't need to make up personal characteristics for your brand, as they will be your own, but you will need to choose the ones you want to highlight and showcase. Personality can be demonstrated in the language and tone used to promote a particular brand, or even in the colour of its logo. You might be thinking of a website which helps you stand out as a coach and a place for potential employers to review. It will certainly show you are serious about your career and make you stand out. So, what colour is your brand? A communications company has designed an infographic to explain what different colours might suggest about a particular brand. I will post that particular graphic on Padlet for you to review. This is going to be task 2 from Y3. You will look at the characteristics associated with each colour and decide which one best represents your own personal brand. Write the colour down in your book and some of the characteristics, and we'll discuss it in the Zoom meeting.